Let me be clear, defund the police is the wrong approach for New York City.
I have been Black all my life, and that means I know two things. I know what it is like to fear crime, and I know what it's like to fear police violence.
Defunding the police is not the right approach for New York City. The fact is we have 5,000 or so police officers who submitted retirement papers, so we need to go on a massive recruitment drive.
I know what it is like to fear crime, and I know what it's like to fear police violence. And we have to stop having this conversation, making it a false choice, telling folks that you have to choose one or the other. And the reality is that we have to change the balance. I'm going to take $1 billion from the New York City Police Department to shift that money to create trauma-informed care in our schools, because when we do that, violence goes down and graduation rates go up.
We have gun violence now. And if we don't reinstitute a plainclothes unit, not an anti-crime version, but well-trained police officers to go after gang behavior, those gangs are driving the crime in the city, and stop the flow of guns to the city, we're going to lose more young people.
We do need an anti-violence and community safety unit of plainclothes cops to go in, work with community leaders and try and get the guns out and the rates of violence down. We need focused deterrence so we can target the folks who are actually perpetrating this violence before it happens, because people in communities know who's scary, who's tough, who might actually wind up in a violent situation a little while later.
We can't do safety at the expense of justice. We cannot. And that means we can't have stop-and-frisk back or the anti-crime unit. I've had to go to court with my beautiful black godson because he was riding a skateboard while black or sitting in a park while black.
Thank you very much.
We're not going backwards. We're only going forward.
I appreciate that.
I wanted to ask you, Scott, you have mentioned in the past a fear of going back to the Giuliani days of stop and frisk. Are you directing that at Eric Adams?
I'm certainly directing it at Eric and anybody who thinks that the only solution to preventing crime is going back to the Giuliani days with stop and frisk and a Republican agenda that put a lot of kids in our criminal justice system, and many innocent kids went to prison.
They rammed into peaceful protesters, beat others to the ground, and New York's leaders defended it. But it was an injustice to those of us who know Black Lives Matter.